We don't believe in just hearing about it in school, coming to synagogue and hearing the noise. We want to make sure that everybody actually gets hands-on experience how to make a shofar. You see the seat could ever blow? We'll find out in a minute from Rabbi Berkstein. I'll know the course Rabbi Berkstein and welcome everybody to the Shofar Factory. First time ever here at Savada.com. Good afternoon, everybody. I don't hear anybody. Good afternoon. Okay. Now that know we're ready to start, and as Rabbi Moskowitz said, we're going to be making shofars. That's right. Who can tell me where shofar comes from?
Where does it come from?
A ram's horn, that is correct. The preferred, can everybody see up there? The preferred animal that we use for a shofar, the horn from an animal of the horn of a ram is the preferred animal that we use for a shofar. However, as you all know, there are many animals that grow horns. However, not all animals' horns are usable for a shofar. Number one, animal, the horn to be used from an animal has to be a kosher animal. Does anyone know what makes an animal kosher?
A rabbi?
A rabbi, it's later on in the process. It has to chew its cud and have split hooves. That makes an animal kosher. If it has both those signs, then we know the animal is kosher. The antelope family have many members in it, and it's a kosher animal. The ibex. So these horns are useful as shofar. I can pass the samples out that we have for our benefit. We can hold it, we can feel it, you can smell it. Please don't taste it. And so everybody has a chance to take a look at the shofars. Please hold on to them, pass them around. And let's move along. The oryx. What is unique about these horns on the oryx? They're very curvy, they might be long and curvy and difficult to get a sound out of it, but still useful as a shofar. The gazelle.
The gazelle, that's a horn.
A gazelle horn. What's the difference between the gazelle horn and the horn of the other animals that we saw? This is a straight horn. On Rosh Hashanah, we stand at services like a king like a servant in front of the king. When his servant stands in front of his master, in front of the king, does he stand with his head held up high like a big shot? Or is he bent over a little bit with awe and fear and respect for the king? So the shofar that we use on Rosh Hashanah, we try to use one that has a curve to it. However, if you're stuck in the desert and the only horn you can find is that of a gazelle, and you can figure out and get the tools to carve out a shofar from this horn, you can use it for Rosh Hashanah. Okay. Let's be careful with these horns. Please, as we pass them along, make sure we don't poke each other. And I definitely don't want anyone walking out with horns throughout this presentation. Does anyone know what animal this is? This is actually another member of the antelope family. It's a kudu. Can you say kudu?
Kudu you do.
The horns of the kudu are very curvy, and they actually grow the largest in the animal kingdom. They can grow up to 5 feet long. Who's 5 feet tall? Imagine using a shofar that's taller than you.
And you can make a shofar out of it.
And some communities that prefer to use a shofar that's really long. Represents that which we say in our prayers to Kav Shofar Gadol, asking God to blow in the large shofar. But just because a shofar is long doesn't make it easier to blow. As you will see, as you carve your own shofar, every single horn is different. It grows differently, it sounds differently, and there's no one unique sound to a shofar.
You can make a shofar. Yes.
What animal is this? Is the elephant a kosher animal? No. Okay. Are those horns coming out next to its trunk? No. What are they? Tusks. Thank you. Well, they might make a nice expensive shofar, a not usable for a shofar or shoshana. Neither is the rhino. Okay, here's a tricky one. Is the giraffe a kosher animal? Who thinks a giraffe is a kosher animal? Who thinks a giraffe is not a kosher animal? And who's not sure? Actually, surprisingly enough, the giraffe is a kosher animal. The reason why you don't find giraffe meat on the market, kosher giraffe meat on the market, I have no idea because anyone has any giraffe meat on the market, is because we're not sure where to slaughter it. But if we were to say that those pointy things on top of the head of the giraffe are horns, well, we mentioned before the kudu horns are really long. Excuse me. There is a minimum size for a shofar. When blowing the shofar, you have to make sure that those listening can see that you're actually blowing into a horn. That you're not really talented, that you can make those funny sounds with your hand. And so a shofar has to be large enough. Now when you hold it, it's noticeable that you're actually holding a horn. How about the bull, the buffalo, the water buffalo, the cow, the ox? Are those kosher animals? Yes. Obviously, all our meat comes from those animals. However, we don't use the horn of a bull or the water buffalo. Well, the bull horn and the cow horn are nice and shiny. Anyone come across an animal with two horns like this in their backyard? Wow. I forgot there are no backyards in Bucktown. Well, they're very heavy. So hold them with two hands, please. There are two reasons why we don't use the horn of the ox and the buffalo or the cow. While the bull horn and the cow horn are really shiny naturally, and it would take very little work to make it nice and shiny. Number one, the horns, that breed of animals reminds us of the story of the golden calf. And as we ask God for a happy, healthy, and sweet new year, we don't want to remind God of events through our history that were not nice markings in our record book. So therefore, we don't use the horns of these animals. As well, the horn of in the Hebrew language are two terms for a horn. There's a shofar. Shofar is a hollow pipe that grows naturally and has a cartilage inside it. Anyone chew down on a chicken bone? Yeah. The horns grow with a cartilage inside it that when you cook